But let's talk a little bit of how God prepared you in the wilderness. Why would you never take that back? How important was that almost 40 months of being arrested, being on bail, going through suffering? How did that prepare you for church planting in a way where if someone gave you $50,000, it would not prepare you?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this life that we have with the Lord, we are called to live by faith. And I think that we can be convinced that, yeah, I have faith. And I knew Jesus at that point for at least, 7, 8 years. So if you would have asked me, are you a man of faith? I could have looked you in the eye and with conviction said yes, But through that trial, God also gave me another vision at one point. And it was a vision of my heart. And it's kind of interesting. I was in a chamber of my heart, and I was pinned to the wall, because there was a big stone in that chamber of my heart. And I knew that it represented unbelief, And so, God was dealing with me in that, my unbelief, and showing me, teaching me, training me to have faith, but it was the spiritual work that God did in me during that time, baptizing me in his spirit at a men's conference in Calvary Chapel, Chino Valley, and really just bringing me into that rest that you find in Jesus. I didn't understand it. The rest of God is something that's literally spiritually discerned and taught by the Lord, you to get it. And he revealed it to me, and one time during this season, I got a letter from the state of California saying that somebody had taken action against my real estate appraiser's license. I was barely surviving. I think at this point I was actually having some faith, and I began to have a little bit of joy. Got this letter, and we couldn't pay our mortgage at the time, so it was just like this wave of a flood that came in. So I set myself to pray and fast. I'm like, with vigor, I was like, I'm gonna fast. I need some answers. I need help, God. Me and my wife got on the floor, and we put those documents on the floor, and we prayed, and God gave her a word. Said, look, it's not by power, not by might, but by my spirit, declares the Lord of hosts, And we know the context of that verse, and that was a perfect application for us at the moment. Anyway, I fasted for a good amount of time, and God just gave me the grace to do it, But he didn't give me answers for that letter or, our mortgage situation. What he did was he took me through Luke 24, the things that happened after the resurrection, the empty tomb, him coming to the men on the road to Emmaus, opening their hearts, showing them himself through the law and the prophets, and then this other group, he does the same. He just reveals himself to them through all these things in the Old Testament. He could have done this before, but he was just doing something special. And that's what he was doing, man. He was just like unlocking my heart and just revealing himself to me, and it was just real, that Jesus is reality, and it changed my life. And I came out of that time with that. And that's what I would do it all over again for that, because that has been my constant anchor in life, in marriage, in everything, in church planting, this work of Jesus, him showing himself, and being real.
Well, I hope you enjoyed a section of the interview I had with my good friend, Esteban Valenzuela. The full interview could be found on our Patreon page, where we're building a community of church leaders and giving them special access, bonus content, extra interviews besides just on our YouTube page to build a community. We'd love to have you be a part of it. Go ahead and check out the link in the description, and go ahead and click on the screen for another great video.